High School. Maroon Devils today taking on Cherokee. Quickly around the infield, got Chris White starting on the mound. Chris comes into today's game with a record of 0-1, but a fine performance the other day against West Henderson. First base, Allman. Second base, Hip. Shortstop, Pacey. Rounding out the infield at third base, Justin Crawley, Brad Rowland in left field, Luke Burton in center field, and Zane Bennett in right field. White works ahead in the count, 0-2. Works away. Going to run the count to 1-2. White did have a real good day on the mound the other day at West Henderson. Took the loss, gave up 3 runs in 4 innings, but pitched very well. And White comes down and in for strike 3, so quickly one away here in the inning. Maroon Devils coming off 2 big victories, one over at Brevard where they knocked off the Brevard Blue Devils by a score of 10-5. Allman picked up the victory on the hill that day. Tyler Schuler, a good day at the plate, as well as Crawley, Pacey. Squares around the bunt, right back to the pitcher. White fields on to first base, and 2 down. So White doing a good job this inning. 4 pitches, 2 outs. Going back to the Brevard game, 10-5. Actually a 10-1 ball game going into the bottom of the 7th, and Brevard was able to push across 4 runs. Aaron Smiley also pitched very well in the ball game. Zane Bennett came in and got the last out. And then the other day we traveled to Andrews. Knocked off the Wildcats 13-2 with Brad Rowland getting the win on the hill. White set to deliver. He deals, and ball 1. Brad Rowland, the big story the other day at Andrews is he went a semi-long ball. Had 2 jacks in that game. Straight away right center. White works up. Count goes to 2-0. Number 3 batter for Cherokee. Sorry we don't have rosters for Cherokee today. We're going to call him 3 guy. White works the corner. Gets back in the count 2-1. Yeah, Rowland went long ball the other day twice. Quickest I've seen Roger run in a long time as he ran out to center field to scope out both those balls. There's a foul ball going to be out of play. Watched a little bit of the JVs the other night, and they won something like 12-2, I believe. George Welch and Nick Lyons both going long ball in that game. Good win for the JVs. Count here 2-2, 2 down, nobody on. White delivers. Curveball stays up and away. Going to run the count to full on 3 guy. Looked like White got the benefit of a good call right there as strikes out 2 in the inning. We'll take a temporary break and come back in the bottom half of the first. And welcome back as we get ready to start the bottom half of the first inning. Chris White, today's pitcher, stands in. Chris takes strike 1, and a role Chris has flourished in the last couple games is him and Corey Hip have flip-flopped in the batting order. Chris against Brevard went actually 1 for 1 and reached base 5 times. 3 walks, hit by a pitch, and then they doubled in 2 runs in the 5th inning for the Maroon Devils. And the other day against Andrews, White reached base 2 or 3 times. Can't remember which, but role seems to be suited for Chris White. And just as we're talking about that, he takes 3 pitches and sits back down. So one away here in the bottom half of the first inning is White, the leadoff batter, strikes out. Definitely got a low zone today. In steps shortstop, number 9, Ben Pacey. Pacey also having a real good year thus far this year. Drove in a couple runs against Brevard and Andrews. Takes ball 1 high. Maroon Devils come in today's game 6-1. Ranked number 7 in North Carolina in the Impact Baseball polls. A big accomplishment for them as they're getting a little recognition. Pacey takes away ball 2. Number 14 on the hill for Cherokee. Don't know his name, but we'll call him Pitcher Guy. Pitcher Guy winds and delivers. Pacey going to ground that one foul. Playing third base today for Cherokee, we do know his name, Charlie. Charlie played with us some this fall over in Asheville, and good to see him here again. He was our second baseman extraordinaire over there. Over here, he's the third base extraordinaire. But good to see Charlie out here this year. Pacey pops one up behind the plate. Looks like it's going to go out of play. And always good to have your eyes peeled back over there. A little bit of standing water here today, but nothing a man can't play through, as witnessed by Dill's reluctance to postpone this game. But a beautiful day now, a little chilly. There goes Pacey with a ground ball down the right field line. Going to be a clean single. And now he's going to stretch it to 2. And Pacey goes into second base. Nobody covering third on the air, so Pacey going to trot into third base, which is a good thing. Ground ball, fly ball, anything scores Pacey right here. Pacey always runs the bases hard. Good base runner. Always looks to take that extra base. So with one away here, Pacey's your runner on third. It's going to bring up the 3-hole hitter, Allman. Pitcher guy delivers. And going to be outside for ball 1. I would tend to say if there's anything around the plate, Allman will be hacking. He's not much into the walk thing. Pacey with his lead off third. Delivery. Going to miss outside again. 2-0. Score here, 0-0, as we're in the bottom half of the first inning. Cherokee went up, 3 down in the top half of the first. And strike 1 called. Count runs 2-1. Yeah, I believe that's Eddie Crow, and he's got that low zone that he likes to call. Misses away, 3-1. On deck for the Maroon Devils, Tyler Schuler. Tyler also had a big game at both Brevard and Andrews. Everybody has. Hitting's really come around. Allman takes out and away for ball 4. Going to put runners on the corners for the Maroon Devils with 1 out. But bats really did come alive the last 2 games against both Brevard and Andrews, as I believe we were in double-digit hits both games. Schuler strolls to the plate, the cleanup hitter and catcher for the Maroon Devils. Runners on the corners. Umpire comes out for some general field maintenance, putting bats back in the dugout. Schuler with a chance to pick up an RBI here. He takes away for ball 1. Dill's probably going to have the man in second in motion right here. Good wheels over on first base. And Allman breaks. Schuler takes strike 1. So runners now on second and third for Schuler. Count 1-1. Schuler takes one on the outside corner. Looks like Schuler's got a rental bat. I believe I'll probably have to speak to his dad about that. Takes up and in. Count goes to 2-2. Still just 1 away here in the bottom half of the first. Pacey on third, Allman on second. Pitcher guy 14. Delivers. As Joe Morgan would say, he's all over that because he fouled it back to the screen. I think Joe Morgan doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm thinking if you foul one back to the screen, Joe Morgan always says if you foul it back to the screen, you're right on it. I'm thinking if you're right on it, you'd hit it over the fence somewhere. Found it back to the screen, you missed it. Count still 2-2 here. And obviously in the Joe Morgan world, he was right on that one too.
So you're disputing a Hall of Famer, right?
I am disputing a Hall of Famer. He was a Hall of Fame baseball player, not an announcer. My good friend Perry Schuler out here today. He's doing the video while I'm doing the anime. Oh, there's Schuler with a blast to right center field. That's going to get down, score 2 runs. Schuler's going to have a stand-up double right there as the ball plugs. And that's going to put the Maroon Devils up 2-0. 2 RBIs on the play for Schuler.
You might have to buy that bat.
You might better because rent's pretty expensive. Pinch runner now in the game for Schuler. Looks like Sean McCourtney coming in to run. I don't know that Tyler's not fast or anything. I think he just didn't want to get his shoes dirty. So Sean McCourtney checks into the game. Pinch running for the catcher, Tyler Schuler. It's going to bring up the 5-hole hitter, the only senior on the team, Justin Crawley. Crawley takes a pitch on the corner for strike 1. Liberal corner. Crawley, another in the long line that had a good day at Brevard the other day. Got started scoring in the second inning with a RBI double. Count goes to 1-1. Runner at second base, still just 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Crawley beats one out over the second baseman's head. Tries over the shoulder catch and unable to make it. So Crawley's going to be on first with a single. McCourtney on the play, advances to third. Little C&I single that time for Crawley. Almost a nice basket catch by second baseman number 3. And here comes Tuesday's hero, or Tuesday. The Andrews hero, Brad Rowland. Brad steps in with a swagger now. Note the swagger. Crawley takes off first pitch, and he's going to stand up on second. So Rowland is going to have runners at second and third. Takes that liberal corner strike again. Hey, if you're a pitcher, you got to live there, though. Getting that call, stay there. Make them beat you the other way. Oh, Rowland. He Morganed that one. That's what we're going to start calling that. He Morganed that one because he fouled it straight back.
We got to keep awake out here because last time we was out here, Brad put one over, so we got to protect Jim's truck.
Brad did, and I believe your son gave up one.
Yeah, he did.
Rowland takes up and in. I have made up a word. Morganed. If you foul a pitch straight back, you Morganed it. It's kind of like Pitt snoggled last year in the NCAAs. Rowland fouls that one down the first base line. Going to get out of play. And on top of the dugout. So the count here, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rowland. Crawley on second. McCourtney remains on third base. Swain looks to go 4-0 in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Wind up delivering. Rowland fouls that one down the first base line. That one's going to be out of play. Hopefully Perry will get you a good shot today of the balls when they come down. It's kind of like a pitching wedge onto the green and a little bit of a wet greens. It bites and backs up. There's going to be no rolling to the gap today. Ground ball into the hole. Chuck fields it across the first base. Throw gets away, and run's going to score. So Rowland's going to reach on a E5. Still going to pick up an RBI. As McCourtney scores on the play, Crawley advances to third. Going to bring up the 7-hole hitter, Zane Bennett. Zane had 2 big doubles the other day in the Andrews game, driving in 3, I believe. Pitcher 14 steps off. I believe Roland will probably be off and running. Quick throw to first base. Back in time is Roland. Back in standing. Doesn't want to have to wash a uniform for Monday's game. Bennett into the box now. No count. Runners on the corners. 1 away still. Roland takes off first pitch. Bennett pops it up. Roland hustling back. Grabbed there by the catcher. Still nobody covering home plate. Don't know what Crawley's standing there for. Pitcher, catcher, first baseman all went to grab that pop fly. And nobody covered the plate. Nobody. So, but instead it goes down as a pop fly. 2 down in the inning now. Still runners on the corners. Brings up center fielder Luke Burton. Throws across to first base. Roland goes back in standing. So already the Maroon Devils just about batting through their lineup here in the bottom of the first. Roland takes off. Burton takes strike 1. Burton with an opportunity to pick up 2 RBIs. And Burton hit the ball well the other day at Andrews and at Brevard. Takes up and away. Evens the count out to 1-1. We'll have to speak to Mr. Deals about what happened with nobody covering on the plate.
I'd like to hear that answer.
Burton with a foul ball over onto the softball dugout. So he's behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 away here in the bottom half of the first. Our score, Swain 3 right now, Cherokee 0. Burton grounds 1. Tough play for the pitcher. Burton down the line, and pitcher throws him out. So at the end of 1, our score, Swain 3, Cherokee 0. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Swain County High School. White set to deliver the first pitch of the second inning. He delivers strike 1. This is number 4 batter guy. White delivers again, and that ball is Morgan. So the count 0-2. For those of you just joining us at today's ball game, Morgan is a word I invented for balls that are fouled straight back to the backstop. Joe Morgan says you're right on him. I say Joe Morgan's wrong. White delivers. Knocked down by Allman. Allman's going to race him to the bag, and he's going to beat him. White was a little late getting over the cover. Allman didn't know whether to flip or take it, and took it himself. A little closer than probably would have liked, but still 1 away.
That's speed.
That's it. That's it. You know, it's nice to have a first baseman that runs a 7.5, 7.6, 60. You don't get speed like that every day. Stepping into the batter's box, number 5 guy. And White starts him off with a strike. Chris White doing a good job today getting ahead early in the count. Struggled with that a little bit against Hiawassee Dam as he didn't make it out of the first inning in that game, but changed a few things around when he went and played West Henderson and did pitch a dandy ball game against West Henderson. Unfortunately, came out on the wrong end of the score, but a tremendous ball game. And 3 pitches and uno, dos, tres, see ya. So quickly 2 away here in the top of the second inning for the Maroon Devils. Leading the ball game 3-0 behind a 2 RBI double from catcher Tyler Schuler and an RBI ground out by Brad Rowland. White looking for the repeat trifecta here is 3 up, 3 down. And just like that, White's going to give up a single down the first base line. So the no-no's gone. The repeat trifecta's gone. And for the first time in this ball game, White's going to pitch out of the stretch. 2 away here. And in steps number 7 hole guy. I apologize for not knowing their names, but I didn't get a lineup. White in the stretch now, holding the runner close. Delivers to the plate. Ball outside. White got that nasty lefty move. Back to the plate again. Up and away. And sometimes you see this in ball games. Pitcher got comfortable pitching from the windup, and all of a sudden you get a base runner on. It takes you a little bit to adjust your delivery for pitching out of the stretch. And White had him picked off, had him froze like a deer in the headlights, but White unable to make the throw. He just bounced in front of him, and Almond unable to pick it that time, but keeps it right there at the bag. I think White was surprised because the runner was just froze. It was deer in the headlights. 2-0 the count. White goes right back over, and this time White delivers the throw, and I'm thinking the lead's not real big over there. Kind of hard to tell from this vantage point, but I'm thinking 2 feet. Yeah, not real big. 1 step. White delivers again. 2-1. Swing and strike. And White evens the count right back up. 2-2. 2 away here in the top of the second. Runner on first base. Chris White on the hill. And there's a fly ball. Burton in and makes the grab in shallow center field. So the Maroon Devils strand a runner for Cherokee on first base, or score at the end of 1.5. Swain High 3, Cherokee 0. And welcome back. Corey Hipp steps into the batter's box. In the Jim Hipp terminology, Corey would be called a double leadoff in this situation. Corey's batting 9th, second baseman. Great wheels, good on-base percentage. And just like that, he hits one over the left fielder's head. That's going to get all the way to the fence. Hipp's going to be standing on 2. Going to take a look at 3. And he is going to stand on 2. So Hipp leads off the bottom of the second for the Maroon Devils with a double over the left fielder's head.
I wonder if Jim would have been mad at us if he'd have hit his truck.
Yeah, it's true. We want to thank Jim Hipp for letting us stand in the bed of his truck. Yeah, listening to Jim, you'd think that it's a solid gold bed. Chris White now stands in. Chris 0 for 1 on the day, was a strikeout victim in the first. Hipp bouncing around on second base. Pitcher don't like that. He steps off. Hipp with his lead, and just like that, White's going to get plunked in the back. And that's, the thing about having Chris White up there, he takes a lot of pitches, he sees a lot of pitches, he dives into a lot of pitches. If it's anywhere near Chris White, he's going to throw some part of his body out there to get hit. And not saying we haven't had that, but right now Chris is just a hot guy getting on base. And the move down in the order seems to be helping Hipp in his confidence as well. Double steal here this time. Throw to third, and not going to be close as both Hipp and White move up a base, so nobody out here. Runners on second and third. Number 2 hole hitter, Ben Pacey up, the shortstop. Ben reached base on a single down the first base line, his first at bat, and later scored on the Tyler Schuler double. Pacey grounds one to third base. Charlie up with it, throw across, and Pacey's going to have a RBI ground out that time. Another run comes in to score for Swain. White makes a big turn at third base. Going to bring up Allman. Allman has no official at bat in the game as he walked on 5 pitches his first time up. Looks like somebody checked Sean McCourtney, maybe checking into the game to pinch run. Chase or Sean, I can't tell. Charlie's right in front of him.
Sean ran for Tyler, catcher.
Maybe Chase. You're probably right. That ball goes behind Allman, and Chase Sneak going to score no problem. Gives Swain a working margin of 5-0 here in the bottom of the second. 1 out. Allman still at the plate. Count of 1-0. Count goes to 1-1. Working him inside. Count goes to 2-1. And ball 4. I think he obviously changed his mind on that one strike because he only saw 4 pitches there. He gave the strike sign on one of them, yeah, but he obviously changed his mind. Of course, we had somebody the other day that fanned on 2 pitches. Who was that? Yeah. I can't remember that. At West Henderson, he only got 2 strikes. They shortened up that game. Those of you that play softball would enjoy that. I believe he came to the plate with a 1-1 count on you. Runner on first base now for Schuler. Schuler 1 for 1 in the game with 2 RBIs, a double. Throw over. Safe. Let's see. Yep, he does have the magical $1,000 bat in his hand. Schuler takes low for ball 2. Allman steals a base standing up. You can't beat speed. You can't replace speed. It's a gift.
Got it from his mama.
Yeah. Nice block that time by the catcher.
Thought he was going again.
I did too. I see him glancing over at Deals, wondering what was the holdup. Wines delivers. Schuler takes inside. Score here in the bottom of the second inning. Swain 5, Cherokee nothing. Got 1 away. Allman the runner on second base. Schuler the catcher at the plate. Schuler's going to take up and then in. Count 3-1. I do like Dills' mentality this year. His mentality is, if we can put you away in 5, we're going to put you away in 5. And I do like that. Schuler takes up and in for ball 4. So Schuler remains perfect on the day.
That's a double steal coming up right here.
Well, you can't waste tremendous wealth, and they're going to take Schuler out for Sean McCourtney, pinch runner. May not happen now. You take out speed and you put in just guile. Nah, just teasing. Sean McCourtney, quick guy. Hope Schuler doesn't get comfortable in this role where he doesn't run, because this fall he will run, and he will like it. In steps Justin Crawley, number 11, playing third base today. Crawley reached on a bloop hit over the second baseman's hit in the first inning. Takes strike 1. Runners at first and second, 1 away for Mr. Crawley. Anything in the gap here might score 2. Good wheels at first base and Sean McCourtney. Crawley takes up and in. We're being a little lenient today with the pitching, as I don't believe he's come set a time in this game from the rubber. And he steps off. Crawley ahead in the count 2-0. Takes away 3-0.
A little windy.
Little windy.
Not bad cold.
And it's blowing out.
Yeah.
Well, what he's flirting with right here is potential bases loaded situation for Brad Rowland. The last time Brad Rowland came up, there goes Crawley. Little hit and run there. Pitcher fields it. Crawley does his job. Moves the runners up to second and third. I was going to say last time Brad Rowland came up with the bases loaded, he hit one over our heads. Same place. 2 away now. Runners at second and third. Your left fielder at the plate, Brad Rowland. And Rowland flies one out to right field. Looks like it's going to fall. And it does. Going to drive in 2 runs. So a long single for Brad Rowland as he knocks in Allman and McCourtney. Pushes our lead here for Swain 7. Cherokee nothing in the bottom half of the second inning. Brings up right fielder Zane Bennett. Bennett takes one inside for ball 1. Bennett looks down at Dills, gets his side. Wind up delivery. And Bennett with a nice job of hitting that time as he just went with it, poked it into right field. Rolling round second. He's on his way to third, and he's going to go in standing up. So a single for Bennett.
Nice at bat.
Very nice at bat. You're exactly right. Bennett been hot his last couple games. Picked up a couple of hits over at Andrews. Hit today and 1 for 2 on today. Little pop fly in the first inning, got caught. Brings up Luke Burton. Hitting in the 8th hole, playing center field. Burton a chance to pad his stats right here. Little base hit, scores a run, gives him an RBI. Bennett off and moving on the first pitch. And, of course, Bennett's going to slide. Poor Kathy. Zane just loves getting dirty. So Burton now with a chance to pick up 2 RBIs. He takes inside. Ball 2. Bennett your runner on second base. Rowland your runner at third base. And Burton's going to flare that one just over second base. Going to score both Rowland and Bennett. So Luke Burton picks up a 2 RBI single here in the bottom half of the second inning. Going to push the Maroon Devil lead to 9-0. Nice job that time by Burton as he waited and waited and waited. Sometimes Burton has a tendency to pull out of it, trying to catch everything, and it's way out in front of him. But a good job that time as he let that ball travel and then just poked it into right field. It's going to bring up Corey Hip. Corey batting in the 9-hole today, playing second base already. He started this inning with a leadoff double, came around and scored. Good wheels on first base, good wheels in the box. Hip takes up and in for ball 1. Hip off the end of the bat to the second baseman, and he's going to make it for out number 3 in the second inning. So after 2 innings are play, our score, Swain 9, Cherokee 0. And welcome back. Top of the third inning, White still on the mound for the Maroon Devils. Working to Chuck. I do know Chuck. As I said before, Chuck played with us this fall over in Asheville. Now White delivers. Evens the count back up at 1-1. I thought originally this was Eddie Crow behind the plate, but it's not. I don't know this guy's name. All I know is he blew a call at Hayesville last year. White delivers. Count goes 1-2. Well, it wasn't his call, was it? He missed the pickoff move in the 8th inning twice. Ball low. Count 2-2. Would like to thank Zach Schuler for delivery of the seeds. There's a foul ball into the dugout. Count remains 1-2. Maroon Devils lead here in the top of the third inning, 9-0. White delivers away. And going to be strike 3. As Chuck is the victim of White's third strikeout, I believe. I believe it's his third strikeout, maybe fourth. As Perry had mentioned before, a breezy day here. Debris flying across the field. Ground ball. Crawley cuts it off in the hole, pumps, and throws across to first base for out number 2. So quickly here in the top of the third, 2 away. Nice job that time by Crawley as he cut across in front of Pacey with the throw going towards first base. Made the play look easy. I believe this goes back to leadoff guy, number 1 maybe. And he's out in front of a fastball that time by White and fouls it down the third base line. Leadoff guy 10. And he Morganed that one. Falls behind in the count 0-2. White looking for his 4th strikeout of the game. Got him behind 0-2. See if he can't get something, chase something down in the dirt this time. Wines delivers. Curveball away. Couldn't get him to chase. Still ahead in the count 1-2. And there's a fly ball to right field. Going to be cut off out there by Burton. It's only the second hit of the game allowed by White. Only the second base runner of the game allowed by White. Probably not where he wanted that pitch. Ahead in the count 1-2. Might try and bounce one up there. Again, White will work out of the stretch. And fires for strike 1. Their score here in the top of the third, Maroon Devils 9, Cherokee 0. Ground ball to Pacey. Pacey charges, throws across to first, and nice play that time by Ben Pacey, as it was a bang-bang play over there at first base. So at the end of the top half of the third, Maroon Devils lead 9-0. And welcome back here to Swain High Baseball Field. Chris White, our leadoff batter, he flies one down the left field line. And going to be a foul ball. Looks like the Maroon Devils have Schuler working some down in the bullpen. Going to give him a chance to lower that 42 ERA. I don't know what's going on, but we've got what's her name? The trainer walking over to the Cherokee dugout. Carey. White stands back in. Pitch misses away. Count of 1-1 here on Chris White. And that's going to be a fly ball down the right field line. Going to go out of play. White digs back in. Pitch, and he pops it up on the infield. Catcher comes out from behind the plate and makes the grab. One away here in the bottom half of the third. Going to bring up the Maroon Devil shortstop, Ben Pacey. That was a liberal strike there. Very liberal. Pacey falls behind the count 0-1. No, I believe you're right. There's a ground ball up the middle, played by the shortstop to his left, throws across, and Pacey beats it out into the dugout, so Pacey's going to stand on second. So with one away here in the bottom half of the third, another runner in scoring position for Swain High. Our score remains 9-0. Push this run across, and the 10-run rule comes into effect. I believe it's got to go 5. Allman steps in, playing first base today. The delivery, and he takes away. Pacey, your runner on second base. And ball 2 away. Allman's seen a grand total of 11 pitches, 10 balls. It does just take one. Pacey, your runner on second base. Up and away. Doesn't look like they're giving anything to Allman to hit here, does it? And he takes strike 1 down the middle. I guess Dills had the take sign on. Score here 9-0 in the bottom of the third. 1 away. And he takes strike 2. Full count. 1 away. Runner on second base. And Allman gets under that one, but hits it a long way. And that's going to drop over the right fielder's head. Here comes Pacey to score. Allman goes in to stand up what will be generously called a double. No play on the ball. I'm assuming that's what they'll call it. It was hit a long way and high into a stiff breeze. And that's going to bring up Magic Bat. Dun, 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 dun.
$9.99.
That's right. I'll knock that $1,000 down $1. Schuler comes in perfect on the day. A 2 RBI double, and then drew a base on balls his second time. Chance to pick up another RBI right here. Allman, your runner at second base. One away. Delivery. And Schuler pops it up. Second baseman makes the play. It's now 2 away. Here in the bottom half of the third inning. Our score, Maroon Devils 10, Braves 0. Stepping into the box now, third baseman, Justin Crawley. Wind up delivery. Crawley takes for strike one. He's gotten a little more consistent behind there. If it bounces now, it's a strike. Crawley with a fly ball lifted to center field. Center fielder comes in and makes the play for out number 3. So after 3 complete innings of play, your score, Maroon Devils 10, Braves 0. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Top of the 4th inning. Swain High versus Cherokee. Your score right now, Maroon Devils 10, Cherokee 0. Some defensive changes into the game for Swain High. At third base, sophomore Aaron Smiley. In right field, junior Chase Sneed. Center field, junior Sean McCourtney. And in left field is junior Garrett Taylor. Pitching on the hill for Swain now, number 4, Zane Bennett. And he quickly gets ahead. 1-0. 0-1, excuse me. Misses up and in. Bennett had a good year so far up on the hill. Yeah, kind of had a rocky first inning the other day against Andrews, but came back in the second inning to pick it up. Hit the ball really well the other day. Misses down low. It's hard to believe that you could actually miss down low with this umpire. He likes the ball down. Nobody out here. Top half of the 4th. All of a sudden, the umpire is squeezing. Count 3-1 here. As number 3 batter 4. And ground ball right back to Bennett. Steps, throws to first base, and that's going to be out number 1. Bennett does field his position very well. Looked like Pacey got his feet caught that time. He went down, ball goes into left. Dill's over there telling everybody to get down. I think Dill's better be careful. The next one may sail into the dugout. One away here. Top half of the 4th inning. Number 4 batter steps in for Cherokee. Then it winds and delivers. Popped up behind the plate. Schuler unable to come up with it. A great effort that time by Schuler. I blame that on lack of coaching. Nobody let him know where the ball was at. Bennett ahead, 0-1. Nice curveball that time by Bennett. As he didn't know whether to run out of the way, swing at it, or both. Breeze blowing down the valley. Bennett tries another curveball, misses out and away. A little bit breezy, a little bit chilly. Up until this point, we've had beautiful weather for baseball. Played over at Brevard the other night, just absolutely beautiful. Bennett delivers, and that ball's Morganed. Right back to the fence. But it was over at Brevard the other night. Absolutely beautiful. Played in about 55, 60 degree weather all night long. Up until this point, we really hadn't had a cold day. The first ball game over at Franklin, a little bit chilly, but first rain we've had in a long time as Bennett throws curveball for strike 3. Ball gets away from a catcher. Schuler steps down, throws to first base. Allman gingerly pats it over to Pacey this time. So 2 away here in the top half of the 4th inning. And that ball, can't call that a Morgan because it wasn't right back into the screen. That ball was a little flared up.
Wasn't right on that one, a little under.
Yeah, a little under it. Score here in the 4th. Maroon Devils 10. Cherokee Braves 0. Chris White threw the first 3 innings for the Maroon Devils, allowing 2 hits. And that's all, striking out 4 or 5. Bennett came on here in the 4th. Got a strikeout, a ground out so far. And headed against this batter, 0-2. Bennett's throwing the ball a lot better than he was the other day against Andrews.
Sounds like he got some pop on it.
Yeah, he's throwing it. And another K for Bennett, so 2 Ks in the inning. Score after the end of 3.5, Maroon Devils 10, Cherokee 0. And back in the bottom half of the 4th inning, Sean McCourtney standing in the plate. McCourtney takes strike 1. McCourtney with a base hit the other night at Andrews. Takes low and away. I believe it's Chase Snead. I apologize. It is Chase Snead. My apologies to Chase and his family. Chasing behind in the count 1-1. Curveball. A little bit out in front. Takes ball 2, low and away. Ball gets back to the catcher. Back to the backstop. I don't even get enjoy my sunflower seeds. And there's that line drive by Chase Snead out to right field. Oh, gets by the right fielder. Here goes Snead into second base. He's going to stand on it right there. A clean single by Snead, and he gets to second on the air. I believe that might be the first base hit of the year for Snead.
It could be.
I don't know if he had one over at Franklin or not. Anyway, it was a frozen rope.
That was a good.
Solid. That's going to bring up Bennett. Bennett 1 for 2 on the day. Singled and popped up. In all defense of my poor eyesight, Snead and McCourtney do look a lot alike on the baseball field. Same mannerisms. And Bennett grounds one back up the middle. Shortstop to the glove side. He throws across and going to get by the first baseman. McCourtney going to score, or Snead going to score. And Bennett going to stand up on second. And this time it is going to bring up McCourtney. So I don't know if Ichabod Zane will get a RBI out of that one. Not sure. But he still did his job.
Hey, pull Snead's legs or pants up, and him and hip look like.
Yeah, exactly.
Wearing the high socks.
Yep. McCourtney steps in now. Our score 11-0 in favor of the Maroon Devils. McCourtney takes strike 1 on the outside corner. A few puddles out here in the outfield. Surprised they hadn't froze over now. And there's McCourtney. Bloops one over the second base shortstop, center field. McCourtney notices nobody on second, but unable to advance. But Bennett does advance third base. So Sean McCourtney follows up Chase Sneed's hit. And that's going to bring up Corey Hip, batting in the 9 hole. Hip, 1 for 2 on the day with a double.
Solid.
Yep. Takes strike 1 on the corner away. Schuler back over in the bullpen warming up. Hip takes low for ball 1. Looks like bullpen catcher extraordinaire Justin Crawley over there warming him up. Hip takes strike 2 on the inside corner.
The inside corner.
That was the liberal inside corner. And that's going to be a flare. I believe it's going to get over the shortstop head, and it does. That's going to score 1 as Bennett's going to come in to score. That's going to bring Hip on the day to 2 for 3 with a double and a single. McCourtney advances to second base on the play. Still nobody away. And going to bring up Garrett Taylor, who is batting for Chris White here in the bottom half of the 4th. Taylor all over the first pitch, fouls it away. Taylor takes ball inside. Count 1-1. Score here 12-0. Favor of the Maroon Devils. As the Maroon Devils look to up their record to 7-1, 4-0 in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Taylor takes strike 2. Looked like a good pitch to hit right there for Taylor. Two and 2, nobody out here. Runners on first and second. And Taylor gets on top of 1. Pitcher fields it. Throws across to first base. So Taylor does his job advancing the runners to second and third. Giving Pacey and Allman a chance to drive them in here. Good at bat that time by Garrett Taylor. I know he would like to have hit, but he did his job.
Nice job.
So Pacey steps in with runners on second and third.
Not had a lot of bats either.
No?
Still, that's a good at bat.
Yeah, very good at bat that time by Taylor. Pacey grounds one back to the pitcher. Oh, looks like Hip's hung out there. Hip thought there was 2 outs. He goes back into second. He's safe. Here comes McCourtney to score. And McCourtney's going to score. Hip thought there were 2 away. As he was standing on top of third base, wondering what was going on. Now there's 2 away, Corey. Allman up to the plate. Walked twice. Doubled once, driving in a run.
It all worked out.
Absolutely.
Got a run out of it.
Yep. Allman takes low for ball 1. Anything that makes it in the outfield right here is going to score Hip easily. Count 2-0 here for Allman. 3-0. Our score here, Maroon Devils about 14-0 right now in the bottom half of the 4th. Allman takes the Ephus pitch for strike 1, 3-1. Two away. And Allman singles back to the right side. Gonna score a hit. Ball gets away from right field, and with Allman's blazing speed, he'll have at least 2. He's looking at 3, and Dill tells him to stand on 2. Now Schuler hitting in the cleanup hole. Schuler with a hit, a walk, and 2 hits. A hit, a walk, and pop up. Hit, a walk, and pop up to the second baseman. 2 RBIs on the day for Schuler, as he's had a productive day at the plate. Chance to pick up another RBI here. Allman bounces. Schuler squibs one right back to the pitcher, but he's got that blazing speed. Going to be a closer play than what people think. And still going to get to play. So at the end of 4 innings, the score remains Maroon Devils 15, Cherokee 0. We go to the top half of the 5th inning. New pitcher on the mound for Swain High is Tyler Schuler. Tyler comes into today's game with a 42 ERA. I just like to give my boy Tyler a hard time. He starts ahead, strike 1. Defensive changes. Zane Bennett goes to second base. Corey Hipp goes to shortstop. Schuler working out of the stretch. He's got that closer mentality now. He's working out of the stretch a little bit. Did he change shoes to pitch, Perry? Ground ball. Hipp scoops it up, throws across to first base. A nice play that time by Hipp. Goes deep into the hole, ranges for out number 1. I think they should have put the all-lefty side of the infield over there. That's what I think, personally. You know, Chris White used to play a mean second base.
He did.
Used to be a mean catcher, too. Schuler winds and delivers. Ooh. Schuler must have said something to the umpire while he was catching back there. 'Cause that's a call he's been getting all day long.
He tried to frame that pretty good.
Yep. There's strike 1. Count 1-1. Schuler, as always, comes in throwing a lot of strikes. Always had good control. Ooh. Little teacup back there. Teacup action. Those have been strikes all day long. I guess. That one looked away. 3-1. And that's going to be strike 2. 3-2. Full count here, 1 away. Maroon Devils lead this one in the top half of the 5th, 15-0. And Schuler misses low and away on that one. Schuler's going to get what he's wanting, though. Schuler wanted a chance to face Chuck. Chuck played with us all fall long. Good kid. This is the matchup everybody's been talking about. And Schuler challenges him up high for ball 1. The buzz around the school's been about the Chuck-Tyler matchup on the hill and in the cage, in the box. And Schuler delivers for strike 1. 1-1. Runner on first base. Schuler has absolutely no concern about him. He winds and delivers, and Chuck Morgan's it back to the screen.
I don't think that's a Morgan.
That was close to being a Morgan. That was a more. It was a more. We'll settle on that. It was a more.
More if they foul it up again, if they foul it down.
Yeah. A 1-2 the count here. Schuler delivers, throws that little knuckle curve, fork, whatever he wants to call it, low and away. Chuck could have no part of that. And Chuck with a fly ball. Bennett ranges back. He calls everybody off. So Schuler wins the battle between him and Chuck. 2 away here in the top half of the 5th. Runner on first base. I know my son has spent the whole day over there talking to Noonie Davis. The whole day. My son absolutely thinks the world of Noonie Davis. Noonie is a good guy. Very, very nice guy. And a good role model for kids. Does a good job with the programs over there. We're getting waves from the young ladies as they walk by. Okay, maybe Perry was. Another pop fly. Bennett drifts out to short center field and makes the play. I believe, not sure, I believe that is going to be ball game. So after 4.5 complete, our score, Maroon Devils 15, Cherokee nothing. Big days at the plate from everybody. Everybody. Good day on the hill for Chris White and Zane Bennett. Congratulations, Tommy Dills. Maroon Devils go to 7-1 overall, 4-0 in the Smoky Mountain Conference. If you get to hear this before Monday, Tuesday, Monday. Big game out here at Swain High Baseball Field as they will take on Hayesville. The Hayesville Yellow Jackets won the Smoky Mountain Conference last year with an undefeated record. Another good team this year. Hits the ball really well. Should be a good matchup. You know, I'd like to see it like it was the other night over at West Henderson. You know, folks, we go over to West Henderson the other night, and there's, 300-400 people over there. And big into baseball. Got a great baseball team down here having an outstanding year. Just top-notch kids. Tommy Dill's doing an excellent job in his first year as head coach. And we encourage everybody to come out here Monday and support these kids and the softball team in their battle against Hayesville for conference supremacy early in the year. Whoever wins this game is going to have a big heads up on the rest of the league because Blue Ridge has already been beaten once or twice. Rosman lost the other day to Blue Ridge. Hayesville is undefeated. We're supposed to play Rosman today, so that game was obviously rained out. I don't know if they're making that up now, Monday, Tuesday. I don't know when they're making that up, but a big game in the Smoky Mountain Conference Monday afternoon at Swain High Field. Maroon Devils versus the Yellow Jackets. Be there or be square. March 19th, Perry says. 4:30 start time. So like to see everybody here. And we appreciate you listening. Thank you to my man Perry Schuler on the camera. Congratulations to the Maroon Devils on another fine victory.